So, so how is marketing like mating? We're just going to jump right in because we got a little bit of a late start. That black bar, I was censored. So how is marketing like mating? They're both all about relationships. Your customer's relationship with your product and your brand are just like your relationship at home with your significant other, be they male or female. They're both about emotional connections. How many of the things that you buy in your life do you buy for emotional reasons rather than logical reasons? Think how few things you'd have if you only bought things for a logical reason. And then they're both best when they're really, truly emotional and from the heart. You can say all kinds of great things about your product, but if you don't really mean it, it's not going to connect the way it needs to connect with your customers. So, okay, all these people in these little high school pictures are real, okay? When I didn't have a real picture, I put a celebrity in. So later, I never dated Kathy Rigby, okay? So this is Dan. He was my best friend in high school. He was kind of a dog, okay? He went to junior prom with a different girl that he came back from junior prom with. Okay, that's what kind of a dog he was. And I, on the other hand, this is me when I was but a wee babe. I am married to the woman that I took to senior prom. So, see, we had a little different philosophy going. So he was a bad boy, a siding salesman kind of a dater, you know? No customer twice. And I had a much more customer service oriented philosophy, have had but this one customer for a very long time. So brand building, it's about a long-term relationship. You don't burn them and run. You build a relationship with that customer so that you can sell them 47 RVs or 16 boats or 3 houses or whatever it is that you're selling to them. In my case, 7 trillion Diet Cokes. So it's all about repeat business. And you've got to take care of that customer to get that repeat business, because the minute they don't feel like they're being taken care of, they aren't going to stick around. So branding, just like love, you know, you got to talk the talk and walk the walk, okay? And we're going to walk our way around this circle, which we call at Perry Ballard all points branding. And you've got to brand all the way around your relationship with that customer if you expect them to get back on and go around again the next time they need whatever it is you sell. Your brand is in the middle. Your customer kind of orbits around your brand. There's a whole nother presentation as to why that brand is on a pyramid. That's my repeat business. So there's a cycle. It starts when you first become aware of the product, you become interested in it, you buy one, you put it in your life, you experience it, and eventually you get rid of it. And if you handle this right as a marketer, then they're going to get back on again and go around. And we're going to walk our way all around there too. Your brand's in the middle. This circle is your company, the different people, your distribution system, the people that interact with your customers. So we're going to start with awareness. Okay? Awareness is all about media. There are 3 kinds of media. There are paid for media. Okay? Media where you give them money, they do what you tell them. They have exactly that much credibility with your customers. There is prayed for media. That's the kind of media you want to take home to meet your mother. That's PR. Okay? You want to be on the cover of Time magazine. And then there's media you take for granted, which is something that's really big in building a relationship with your customer that we all kind of ignore. And we're going to talk about that too. Wow, this is right here, this is actually an entire lecture on one slide. But when it comes to a delivery channel, a piece of media, you want to consider how selective it is, how well you can target an individual, how participatory it is. The TV is not participatory because you can leave the room and make a sandwich and it will keep going while you're gone. A magazine at least waits for you to turn the page. A website is completely interactive. Reach and frequency, how often do they watch it, how many different people watch it, read it, whatever it is they do. Cost per thousand, what's it cost to reach 1,000 people. Production cost, what's it cost to make the ad that goes into that medium. Production speed, how long does it take to make that ad. So if you're going to change your ad every day, you don't want an ad that it takes 90 days to create. Insertion speed, once you decide to put it in that medium, how quickly can you get there? Permanence, how long does it last? An outdoor board is up 30 days. A newspaper is in the garbage within hours after the time it gets delivered. Unless there's fish to wrap or a bird or something. Credibility, how much do people trust that media? And relevance, how relevant is it to them? So for instance, there are things that I would value the opinion of that my teenage daughters would not value the opinion of at all. So if you could get an article as to what baby teas are going to be in next summer in the Wall Street Journal, it probably wouldn't reach them. And even if it did, would they believe it? Because to them it's not credible or relevant. Okay, back to paid for media. The thing about paid for media, advertising, sampling, things that you pay money to make happen. And the key in paid media is the message. So back to chasing women. We're going to go back and forth between marketing and chasing women all night. This is Tootsie's. It's a honky-tonk in Nashville, okay? And I learned a very important message in Tootsie's about marketing. I went into Tootsie's. I was with a bunch of people in Tootsie's. I was personally not chasing women at the moment. But this guy was, okay? And this is really not him. He looks sort of like Rush Limbaugh when he was 24, okay? And the thing about this guy is he danced with at least 35 women in the 2 hours that we were at Tootsie's. And he could walk up to any woman and she would dance with him because, by God, he could dance. Okay? So any woman in that place would dance with this guy. Short women, tall women, fat women, hot women, they'd all dance with this guy. And to be fair, he had a hat. Okay? So what was this guy doing right besides the hat? First of all, he attracted their attention. Because when you saw him dance, hell, I attracted to his attention when he watched him dance. This man could really cut a rug, which I think is the appropriate term for Tootsie. Then he connected with his audience and he communicated with them. Would you like to dance? And he gave them something to do once they connected. You know, if they wanted to dance, they got up and danced. So this is what your message is all about. You've got to attract their attention, you've got to connect with them, and then if they like it, you've got to give them something they can do about it. Paid for media, public relations, okay? This is really believable stuff. Viral marketing falls into this realm. Public relations falls into this realm. Word of mouth falls into this realm. All very important stuff. Buzz, all that. Here, the key is that your story is interesting. Not to you. No one cares what you think. But to the people you're actually talking to. Is it interesting to them? And the other thing is, the media have to believe that this story is in their best interest. So you can't expect the media to just want to run your story because you believe the people that read that media care. You have to educate the media, the editor, the reporter, whoever you're talking to, that this is indeed something that his audience or her audience is concerned about. Then that's why they're going to run it. Because editorial in their publication is bait for the advertising. So they're not going to put your advertisement in as the bait for their ads unless they really believe it's interesting.